Good morning, YouTube. This is Chris with CS Pro Media. New microphone today. If you've listened to my past two videos, you'll notice that I am probably much clearer. This video is going to cover image editing within Wix. There's a few different types of images on the page that we should be able to edit and know how to edit if we own a Wix website. If I built you a Wix website, or if you're starting to build your own, editing images is an important part of Wix, and you'll want to know how to do it with ease. There is nothing hard about it. It's just being able to navigate adding images and the different elements that might be on the page to change those images out. So let's jump right into this. Before I show you how to change the images, I'm going to show you where images are. You have an add elements plus sign up in the top left here. If we click that, it's going to open up our Add Elements tab. Under Image, we have My Uploads, My Image Upload. So if we click on that, it's going to open up our Choose Images window. Now, these are just some images that I've uploaded. They're just free stock images from unsplash.com, some astrophotography. You have a couple of different tabs over here. You have some media from Wix, which allows you to use free stock images right from Wix. You also have the ability to add Shutterstock images. Most of these are going to be paid images if you wanted to grab some of these. Shutterstock is a great resource, but they are paid. They're not free. Unsplash.com is a free stock image resource made by users. Fantastic photos. I use Unsplash 99% of the time. You do have to contribute to the people who took the photos, so make sure that you give them credit when you use their photos, whether it be, right on the site on a credits tab, or if it's on, some meta descriptions on the image. Just make sure that you give credit to where credit is due. When you upload files to your site files, you can do so by uploading from your computer, or you can just drag files in from your computer. They'll appear here like these do now. And this box is going to appear in a couple different scenarios. When we go to swap out an image, this is what's going to pop up in most scenarios. Now, you can also add videos here as well, which I'll show you where we can click on videos and add videos to our different elements. So on our Wix example site here, this template that I've made, we have a couple of different elements which we can add images to. We have these here, which are just plain images on the page. So these can be just dragged and dropped. And then when we want to change this image, all we have to do is click on it and then click Change Image. This is going to open up our site files. We can select one of these images and then click Choose Image, and that will replace the image that's on the page. So very easy to do that. That is the first step. Our second step is our strip images. So strip images are going to go the full width of the page, or there may be some margin, but they're going to spread across the majority of the screen. Now, to change these out, all we have to do is click on this section and then click Change Strip Background. That's going to open up this box. Now, from here, we have a couple of different options. We can choose a color, and we can make this just one plain color, or a gradient. There's also options for gradients within Wix. We can choose an image, which is going to open up that site files box, or we can choose a video, which is also going to open up our same site files box. However, it's going to allow us to click on a video. For now, we're just going to click on image. Going to open up our site files here, and then we just choose the image that we want to replace it with. Click Choose Change Background, and that's going to replace the image that is there. Now, for demonstration purposes, let's say that we wanted to add some text here. Let's say we wanted to add some white text, and that white text is going to be kind of difficult to see against this background. What we can do is click on Change Strip Background. We can click on Settings and then bring down the image opacity. So that's going to, whatever color is behind it, it's going to bring the image opacity down so that the image behind it is going to show through. Now, if that color behind the image is black, we can set that opacity to where we want it, depending on how dark we want the image. And then we can lay white text over this, and it's going to create a nice contrast between the image and the text. This next strip is also a strip. However, we have two sections here. So when we click on this strip, it's going to say Change Strip Background. But if we don't want to change the entire strip and we just want to put an image into one of these columns, what we have to do is we have to click on the column again. So we've clicked on the strip and then we click on the column, which then where it used to say change strip background, it's going to say change column background. Now that's very important. If you do not want to change the entire strip and just one of the columns, you want to make sure that it says change column background. We can also have up to 5 columns. So if we add columns to this, but we only want to change, let's say, this image, or this column rather, then we want to make sure we are selecting the correct column. So when we select the column, we click change column background, and then just like before, we have this pop up. We'd select image. We can go to our site files and pick one of our images from our site files here, and then click change background, and that's going to add that photo there. We can then repeat that process for this column, and that will replace that image. I've added a cool effect to this strip background here, whereas if we're live on the site, this image in the middle is going to scroll just like such. Now to add that effect, all you have to do is click on the entire strip, make sure that the entire strip is selected and it's not just one of the columns. And then we have this scroll effect. Now there's a bunch of different scroll effects. 2 that I really like the most are parallax and reveal. Very similar. You can see that the image is almost just still. It's not moving at all. With parallax, it's going to move slightly, but it's still, the site will scroll over the image. So it adds a nice effect to the site. Our 4th type of image adjusting is going to be for the Pro Gallery. Now for the Pro Gallery, we have our images here. We have some captions underneath them. If I've built you a site, you might receive a gallery such as this. To add media to it, we would just click on that gallery and then click Manage Media. We then get this pop-up. Now we can delete individual images like such. We can select all and then delete them. And then if we wanted to add images, we would just click Add Media, Image. Well, let's say we wanted to add these 2 images. We can add to gallery, and then those 2 images will be populated. If you do have a caption or a title underneath your image, that is going to be located right on the right side here. So you'll have this box for each image here. And you will want to put in the correct title for that image. Now, if you use unsplash.com, just make sure that you give credit to the person that made or took the photo. And then all we have to do is click done, and our 2 new photos will be added with a caption in the Pro Gallery. There is a lot you can do with Wix Pro Galleries, but I'm just going to cover adding images and deleting images at the moment. For further Pro Gallery tips, will be coming in another video down the road. So that is pretty much everything you need to know about adding and adjusting images within Wix. There's not a whole lot to it, like I had said. Once you get the process down and know the ins and outs of just how like the strips interact and how to use those, you'll be a pro at it. You'll be good to go. You'll be able to change those images out. Any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Info@CSC Pro Media. If you could give me a like and a subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.